Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? I tell you, I've really been confused on the days lately. Anyway, it is a Wednesday, and it's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Of course, the full 1966 season replay. Today, we begin a doubleheader, Kansas City at Chicago. Kansas City have lost 2 in a row. They're back to 500. They're in 5th place. 1 game behind the Tigers for 4th place. The White Sox, 26 and 31, are in 7th place. 2 games, not 2, 1.5 behind the California Angels, and just 1 game ahead of the Boston Red Sox. Kansas City, honestly, and you can tell me whether you agree or not, I think the Kansas City Athletics have been one of the more interesting teams in this replay. So far, they have overachieved. They're 5 games over their real-life record at this point in the season. They will be starting Bill Stafford, his first appearance of the year, a computer-only card. And the White Sox will start Bruce Howard, 2 righties. It'll be Howard's 4th start. Howard started the season in the bullpen, but with 21 starts in real life, it appears he's moved into the rotation, at least on a semi-permanent basis now. And let's see who's with us here today. First of all, I'd like to mention Frank and his pre-play, for lack of a better word, on Inside Pitch. He had Kansas City winning at 6-3 with a 5-run 5th. And Stafford won it. Hello, Kathy Harden. You don't like Dave Roberts, huh, Kathy? Here's Unmitigated. Hello, Unmitigated. Hello, Ben Witz. Hello to Mike C. Hi, Bob Merrow. Let me see how this is lined up here. I'm not crazy. Is this me doing this? Hang on a second. Is it the score sheet or the camera? I think it was the score sheet. That's a little better. You know how OCD I am about having the score sheet straight. I don't know why, I can't help it. Now, originally, I was planning to put this game on the other side of game 583, but whoops! Who do you think did that? That's right, it's the paper eater. That's okay. Because earlier on, I stupidly put nothing on the side of game 580. I wrote it in as 579. So we'll use the other side of that one. I realize that's not important to anyone, but I don't like to waste paper or printer ink. That's just the way I am. I can't help it. I don't like to waste food either. I really don't like waste at all. And it's going to happen. We all do it. We all throw food away. Hello, Bill. Welcome. But I don't like to do that. Okay, what else? Doubleheader. Second of a 3-game series. The White Sox won the opener. Well, Ben, Mookie knows I don't make anybody lose. The dice take care of that. I think I managed the Tigers pretty well. I hope I did. If anything, I was pulling for the Tigers in that game, and I try not to do that, but I was. You have to, like Jeffrey used to say, you have to recognize your biases. And yeah, I hear you, Ben. Yeah, Safeway was famous for that too. Used to drive me crazy. And the food we threw away. Oh my God. You could probably feed the entire homeless population. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Okay, let's look at the stats. For Stafford, no stats. This is his first appearance. So let's take a look at what he did in real life that year. Mr. Stafford, he actually made 8 starts. .40 innings, 0-4 with a 4.99. I'm kind of stumped for a minute as to why he didn't get a card. He made 8 starts. Was he on another team? I just want to check something here. I'm thinking, did I make a computer-only card when I didn't need to? Let's see if he's on another team. Stafford, only on Kansas City. Alrighty. I'm going to look him up here now. No, he only pitched for Kansas City. 9 games, 8 of them starts, 40 innings. And he didn't get a card. How about that? Well, we made him a card. So, all right then. Mookie, a big Lions fan, of course. So Stafford, his first appearance of 66. For Bruce Howard, 2-1 with a brilliant 2.45 ERA, 3 starts, 1 complete game. It was a shutout. He also appeared out of the bullpen 6 times, 29 1/3 innings of work. So that's your pitchers, and I'm going to pull up Stafford's card on my computer screen. I'll probably have to refer to that at some point. So there it is. And let's go ahead and give you the Kansas City lineup. Bert Campaneris leads off at shortstop. Somebody mentioned him earlier. That was unmitigated. Let's see how many stitches Camping can put into the infielders. Franklin's here, hello. But for how long is the question? Jim Gosker in left field hit second. Mike Hirschberger will be in right field. Roger Repos is at first base today, hitting cleanup. That's kind of interesting. Danny Cater at third base. Dick Green at second. Joe Nossick is the center fielder. Phil Roof to do the catching, and Stafford, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Umpires for today's contest. Red Flaherty behind the plate, Al Salerno at first, Marty Springstead at second, and Ed Runge down at third. And with that, we're about ready to roll here. Remember, tomorrow and Friday will be 1 p.m. start Pacific, 4 Eastern. Then back to the normal time on Saturday. Mook, what are you doing? Come on, you know better than that. Get off the table. Come here. You can sit on my lap if you want. He does not want. Okay. Kevin Harris leads it off, hitting .270, 1 homer, 23 RBIs. Howard ready to go. The windup and the pitch is a 6-5 right-handed grounder, shortstop X. Tough play for Lee Elia, a 3E40. Lee into the hole on an 11, error range. It's a 10 on a 40. And he makes the play and throws him out. Wow, what a play by Lee Elia. And we are underway. 6-3X. That was a hell of a play, especially considering the speed of Campaneris. Here's Jim Gosker now. I'm having vision problems again. Gosker, oh, that's right, because he played on 2 teams. He's 0 for 8 since joining Kansas City. Gosker on the season, 177, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. There's the 4-2 right-handed, high fly ball to, 4-2 left-handed, high fly ball to deep right field. Robinson back on the track makes the catch. I couldn't find a who's hot and who's not. Two down, nobody on. That's going to bring up Mike Hirschberger. Hirschberger on the season, 266, 1 home run, 22 RBIs. Here's Howard's pitch. It's going to be a 6-8 righty. Liner right at Buford. 1, 2, 3, go the Athletics in the first, and after a half, it's Kansas City 0, Chicago coming to bat against Bill Stafford. I want to take a little look at Stafford here for a minute again. Stafford came up in 1960. He would pitch 16 innings in 1967, but he was getting near the end of the line at this point. Came up with the Yankees, of course. That's why he's familiar. 1961, 14-9, 2.68 for the Yankees. Had another good year. He had a good rookie year, then he had another good year in 64. But for reasons that I do not know, he was done by age 28. Well, thank you kindly, Frank. I appreciate that. You remember Stafford beating the Tigers? Oh, Gosker, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I feel like Stafford's pitched before, but he hasn't. Here's the lineup for the White Sox. Tommy Agee, the rookie center fielder in the leadoff spot. Don Buford is at third base. Tom McCraw in left field. John Romano will do the catching and bat cleanup. Floyd Robinson is in right field. Jerry Adair at second base. Bill Skowron at first base moves down to the 7 spot with Lee Elia at short and Howard the pitcher rounding out the lineup. It's funny what we remember, isn't it, from the games? I'm sure we all remember. There's certain things most of us remember, and then there's a great disparity of what one remembers and others don't. And then there's my faulty memory. Hell, we won't even go there. Thank you, Bill. Stafford attempted to come back with the 69 Pilots, who, of course, are now the Brewers, right? Isn't that correct? Here's Tommy Agee to get it going. Agee at 266, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. Stafford, a right-hander. The windup and the pitch on the 2-6. He pops him up left side. Cater will take it, and there's one down. Here's Buford now, a switch hitter. Buford, his average has dropped to 240 now. 4 home runs, 28 RBIs, batting lefty against Stafford. The pitch is a 2-9 right-handed grounder down to first. Repos has it. Flips to Stafford covering, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up the left fielder, Tom McCraw. McCraw hitting just .206, 1 homer, 11 RBIs. Stafford comes right in there with a 3-8 righty. Grounder down to first. Repos will take this one himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stafford. And just like that, we're scoreless after an inning. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I thought it was. I was trying to think, did they move again? It's the Minnesota franchise that throws me, right? I can never get that straight. Or the Senators. Senators became the Twins, became the Rangers. I don't see. I can never get it right. Yes, Ben, and I can't remember exactly why. There was some political / financial BS in there. I know that, but I couldn't tell you the exact story, even though I've read it many times. Bruce Howard ready to go to work in the second. Roger Repos will lead it off. Repos 4 for 16 since coming over from the Yankees. 2 of those 4 hits doubles. The pitch from Howard, the 5-5 lefty. Repos a high fly ball to deep right field. Robinson back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Roger Repos leads off the second with a home run. Now I'm going to have to go to his overall stats to look at it. A lot of trades, most of them involving Kansas City. That's his first home run of the season. His overall numbers, 57 at-bats, 228, no home runs. So for Repos, his first home run of the season. And it gives Kansas City a 1-0 lead. Thank you, Unmitigated. Yeah, and absolutely, the Seattle Pilots made far more famous than they should have been, thanks to Mr. Jim Bouton. Here's Cater now, hitting just .211. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Howard comes in with the pitch. That's a 4-8 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. So Howard may be shaken up a little bit after the home run, walks Cater. And here's Dick Green. Green still leading the team in RBIs with 34, 266 with 3 home runs. Howard out of the stretch. Here we go, 6-5 righty, grounder shortstop X. Could be 2, Elia a 340. Here's the play on a 20. He's got it. Shovels to Adair for 1. Nice turn to Skowron. 6-4-3 double play. That empties the bases, and with 2 out, Joe Nosek will be the hitter. The center fielder hitting just .193 on the year. No home runs. Howard's pitch is a 3-8 righty and a hard ground ball through the middle and into center field for a base hit. And now that I used that inflection, Ben, that's where I got the lion and the monkey thing from, because it just made me think of that again. Through to center field. And then the lion kicked it. Okay, you get it. I'm not saying it again. Here's Ruth. Ruth, the catcher, at 253, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, 5-8 righty, hard smash to third. Buford has it, goes to Adair for the 4th, and that'll do it. Athletics get a run on Roger Repos' first home run of the season, and they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the inning. And here's Stafford again now. I want to get a better look at Stafford's numbers on the card. You know, he's not terrible. Unlike some of these computer-only cards. Here's John Romano to lead things off for Chicago. Romano at 250, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Stafford with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 6-7 righty, and he walks in. Lead-off walk to John Romano. Here's Floyd Robinson hitting 265, 5 home runs, and a team-leading 31 RBIs. Excuse me, I'm still working with that scratchy throat a little bit. I'll do the best I can. That's better. Okay, from the stretch. 6'9", left-handed, swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout for Stafford. And that'll bring up Jerry Adair. Adair came over in the trade with the Orioles. So far, he's 5 for 13 with the White Sox, a .385 average. Stafford out of the stretch with a 6'9" righty, swung on and missed. Strike 3. After a leadoff walk, Bill Stafford fans a pair, and here's Bill Skowron. Skowron 253, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. The pitch, 4-5 right-handed, fly ball to left field, playable for McCraw, he's there. Excuse me, no, playable for Gosker, he's there. And makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a man left. Kansas City coming to bat in the third. Yeah, they did, unmitigated. They have one of those signs at one of the motels on Route 66. I forget which one, but I think it's in Tucumcari. It is, in fact. It's the one with the horse on it's the one with the camel on the sign, the Safari Motel. In their patio area, they have a bunch of old billboard replicas painted on a stone wall. Okay, third inning, here's Stafford, right-handed batter. 2-2, pops him up, right side, Adair will take it. 1 away. Four out of 5 dentists recommend Dentyne for their patients who chew gum. Here's Campy 0 for 1. The pitch is a 2-8 right-handed, base hit into left field, and Campy's aboard. Always exciting when Campy reaches. Let's check the battery for Chicago. Howard a -1 hold. Romano a +1, so that's a wash. So Campy 19 held at 17. With 1 out and Gosker at the plate, he's going to roll for it. 2 through 6 or 12. 8, he does not get it. What would he be on the back? 11. Gosker will hit away. From the stretch, 6'9", left-handed, high fly ball to left field. McCraw settling under it and puts it away for the second out. Campaneris dancing off the bag, trying to distract Howard. Hirschberger standing in from the right side. Here comes the pitch. It's a 2-6 righty. Comebacker. Howard has it. Tosses it to Skowron, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, a man left. Yes, it does, doesn't it, unmitigated? Hang on a second. We're back to the time of year where I've got to go turn that heater down. It's been a while, hasn't it? There goes Mookie. All I do is get up and walk, and he runs down the hall like I'm after him or something. Okay, here we go to the bottom of the third. I'm hoping the hot beverage will soothe my throat a little bit. Maybe I should have had a lemon tea today. Lee Elia will start things off. Elia at 257, no home runs. Stafford comes in there with a 3-5 right-handed. Struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Stafford. And here's the pitcher, Howard. Howard's a switch hitter. He'll bat lefty against Stafford. On a 4-7 lefty, base hit into right field. Howard's able to ground one through the right side between Green and Repos, and he's on with a 1-out single. If I sound a little surprised, I'm always surprised when a one-hitting pitcher gets a hit. And here's Agee, a fan favorite in Chicago in his rookie year. Stafford out of the stretch on a 5-3 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. Tough chance for Gosker. He's a good outfielder, 2-3. Gosker on his horse. He makes a fine play for the second out. Nice running catch there by Gosker. And it'll be up to Don Buford. Stafford out of the stretch. Pitch to Buford on a 2-7 righty, and he walks him. Second walk issued by Stafford. Runners at first and second with 2 down. And here's McCraw. McCraw bounced to first in the first. Stafford, the full windup now, 6-11, grounder to second base, routine for Green, throws him out, and that'll end the third inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. We've played 3, it's 1-0 Kansas City. Stafford 5 for endurance. Hello, Mook. Howard 6. Mook, you can't be there, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. And we move to the 4th inning. Thank you, Cassie. You know what? I knew that and I've forgotten it. So thanks for jogging my aged memory. Mook's feeling his oats here today, isn't he? Roger Repos will lead off the 4th. He led off the 2nd inning with his first home run of the season. Howard gets the sign, comes in with a 3-11 righty, routine grounder to second. Jerry Adair to Skowron, 1 down. He is Franklin, but at least he's not up in the predictable high seat. Cater walked in the 2nd. Howard into the windup. 1-8 right-handed. Comebacker. Howard knocks it down, picks it up, and throws him out. Pick it up with your hand. For anybody who watched Bill Ripken on MLB Central this morning. 2 out, here's Dick Green. Howard into the windup. 2-4 right-handed, grounder to second. Adair again flips to Skowron, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Howard. That sound you heard was him leaping to the top of the tower. So now he's up there. Almost instinctively, as to say, oh, it's that time of day. That's okay. Actually, I like him stationary when I'm trying to roll. Okay, bottom of the 4th, John Romano will start us off. He walked in the 2nd. Stafford with the windup and the pitch on a 4-4 right-handed grounder. Third base X, tough chance for Cater. Where is Cater? 421, here's the play. On a 15, he can't get it. That's into left field for a base hit. So Romano's been on both times today. And here comes Floyd Robinson. Stafford, of course, 5 innings for starter endurance. Howard a 6. Stafford from the stretch, 6-4 left-handed, fly ball to right field. That's shallow. On comes Hirschberger and just does catch up with it. 1 down. And that'll bring up Jerry Adair. The second baseman struck out in the second. Stafford gets the sign, comes in with a 2-6 righty, and he inside outs it into right field. That'll drop in front of Hirschberger. Romano can go to third, 9-11, but Hirschberger with a -4 cannon makes it 7, and he will wisely hold at second. Romano very slow. And with first and second and 1 out, Moose Skowron steps to the plate. Thank you, Unmitigated, and Unmitigated for Kansas City as he moves to the car. Turn on that car radio, Unmitigated. Here's the pitch to Skowron. 5-9 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. 4th K for Stafford. And it will be up to the shortstop, Lee Elia. He struck out in the third. Stafford with a 4-6 right-handed. That's ripped into left center for extra bases. Double to 16. And it is a double. So now I got to look at it. That is a 2-star double. So only 1 run will score. Romano crosses the plate and the game is tied. I actually had to go to my computer screen to be able to read that one. So Stafford in a jam here. Unfortunately for him, Howard is the batter. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Howard on a 3-4. Comebacker, Stafford, couple steps to first and tosses it to repose to retire the side. White Sox with a run on 3 hits. They leave a pair in scoring position, but they tie it up, and after 4, it's 1-1. We go to the 5th as Bruce Howard once again takes the mound. Bottom 3rd of the order for KC. Joe Nosek will start it off. He singled his first time up. Howard getting the sign from John Romano. Now here's the pitch on a 2-10 right-hander. He lifts it the other way to right field. Robinson is there to make the play. Phil Roof, the batter now, the right-handed hitting catcher, 0 for 1. Howard with the windup and the pitch on a 4-12. He loses in ball 4. Second walk issued by Howard. And that'll bring up Stafford. Stafford, a B bunter. White Sox bring the infield in as a C. He lays it down. That is trouble. He pops it up to first base. Skowron makes the catch, and the runners hold. So Stafford unable to get down the bunt. And here's Campaneris. Campaneris 1 for 2. Howard from the stretch. 3-7 righty. Struck him out. First strikeout for Howard. No runs, no hits, a man left. Halfway through, we're at a 1-1 pitcher's duel here. another fairly unlikely pitcher's duel. But hey, it's 1966. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. No, Franklin, not even close. Adair has played. He's been in, this is his 5th start. He's 5 for 13. Now he's 6 for 15. That was a big addition for the White Sox. Well, they gave up Fisher to get him, so the Orioles weren't even using him. So the Orioles gained another very good relief pitcher, and they were stacked there as it was. But for the White Sox, finally a defensive second baseman, and Buford can concentrate on playing third. Bottom of the 5th, Tommy Agee to lead it off, 0 for 2. Stafford with the windup and the pitch. It's a 2-5, struck him out. 5th strikeout for Stafford. And the batter will be Don Buford. Stafford's pitch to the left-hander is a 3-6 righty, and he lines that one into center for a 1-out single. Buford always a threat to steal, and Stafford, holy criminy, is a +9 hold. The most it can be is 5, so Buford 20 held at 18. Do I even need to say it? 2 through 6 are 9. 7, he doesn't get it. Okay, we have a back number situation here, possibly. 15, 20, 1 to 16 on the back number. The pitch to McCraw. There goes Buford. Just in under the tag. Stolen base, Buford on his back number. And for Buford, his 23rd stolen base of the year. Okay, let me check that now. I think that now leads the American League. He already led with 22, so he adds on to his American League lead in stolen bases. Campaneris, by the way, is second with 19. The next pitch to McCraw. 3-8 righty, grounder to first base. Repo's only play is to Stafford. And on the play, Buford moves over to third. Buford 90 feet away with 2 down. The cleanup man, John Romano, steps to the plate. He walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Stafford set now. The pitch. 4-10 righty is catcher's card. That's going to be Roof. Good catcher, 2E6. The play on 19. It's a foul out to the catcher, no advancement. And that'll wrap up the 5th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. White Sox leave Buford at third base. White Sox have had a couple of chances in this one. They've left a few guys on so far. 6th inning, that means the first endurance inning for Bruce Howard. And Jim Gosker will start it off for Kansas City. Howard gets the sign from John Romano. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-10 right-handed, and he walks him. A leadoff walk to Gosker. No threat to steal. And here's Mike Hirschberger. Howard from the stretch. 6-7 righty. Grounder to second base X. That's a dare. 2-18. Here's the play. On a 10, error range. It's an 8 on an 18. Adair has it. Goes to Elia for 1. To Skowron, double play. Fine play by Jerry Adair. And there's an excellent example of just what Adair has meant to the White Sox. Two down, nobody on. Here's Repos. 6-10 lefty. Ground to third base X. Tough chance for Buford. Buford to 332. Here's the play on an 18. He makes the stop. Long throw across in time, and that'll do it. Nice play by Buford to end the inning. Another pitching duel. Kind of an unexpected one at that. Anyone have any trivia for today? Think about that. I'm going to get a refill on my coffee. Getting close to Mookie time. The one time I want him to be active, and then he lies down. He says, "What am I, an Oregon grinder monkey? I'm not dancing on command." Yeah, we don't see many steals on the back number, do we, Ben? Floyd Robinson will lead off the bottom of the sixth. He's 0 for 2. Stafford in his second endurance inning comes set. He comes in there with a 6-7 and he walks him. And that's going to get him stirring around in the Kansas City pen. So they actually used Dixon in this one. I'm looking at Grilly. Close game. We're not going to go with that plan. They're going to get up the righty Ken Sanders and the lefty Paul Lindblad, both who appeared in this game in real life as well. And again, Stafford with that terrible hold. Robinson held at 18. Trying to roll for the 6th. Does not get it. Jerry Adair lays it down. He's an A. On a 12, he pops it up to first base, and Repos makes the catch. So Adair pops up the bunt, an A. Here's Skowron now 0 for 2. Stafford out of the stretch, 3-11. Grounder to the pitcher. Stafford whirls and fires it to Green. He goes to first, not in time. That'll be a 1-4 force. Robinson is erased. Skowron now an 18, not held. They're going to have to hold Skowron, believe it or not. That's how bad Stafford's hold is. Skowron held at 16. He's not a star stealer. But that makes them think about it. A 5 to get the lead, automatically out on a 12. With 2 down, Elia will swing away. 1-7, base hit, liner to third, single to 18, and that's an infield single for Lee Elia. Skowron stopping at second. And now what to do with Howard. Howard's gone a strong 6, allowing only 3 hits. I really hate to take him out. This is a tough one. I'll tell you what, I'm leaning to thinking they've already gotten 6 out of Howard, a 6-inning pitcher. They've got a runner in scoring position in a nail-biter game they've got to hit. Bob Locker begins to throw. And that's going to do it for Bruce Howard. So Howard goes 6. Only allowed 3 hits and a run. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Coming off the bench, they need a hit. They're going to bring up Smokey Burgess to pinch hit. Burgess, the left-handed hitting, well, I guess you could call him a catcher. Not that you'd want to play him there. Of course, the Braves caught Cardi quite a few games. Runners take their lead. Stafford comes in. Burgess 3-6 ripped into the right center gap, double to 10. 1 run's going to score either way on a 2-star single, and the White Sox take the lead as Smokey Burgess comes off the bench and delivers an RBI single. All the way to third goes Lee Elia, and now Stafford is fatigued. And here comes Alvin Dark. Both starters are out. 5 2/3 for Stafford. A.G. Buford and McCraw, they're going to go to Lindblad. Bob Locker, who's going to pitch anyway, will come in and run for Lindblad. For Burgess. He's a 1 through 10. Burgess, 1 through 8. Lindblad on the year. 6-0 with a save, 2.65. His 25th appearance. First and third, 2 down, Tommy Agee at the plate. White Sox lead it 2-1. Here's the pitch to Agee on a 5-6 high fly ball to center field. Nossick settling under it, and that'll do it. White Sox leave 2 more, but they do get a run on 2 hits, and after 6, lead it 2-1. Kathy has a question. All right, Kathy, fire away. We can close the book on Stafford. 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Pretty good outing for Stafford. And here's the question from Kathy Harden. First player to hit at least 4 home runs in 2 different World Series. So if I'm going to understand this correctly, the player hit 4 home runs in 1 World Series and then hit 4 home runs in a different World Series. I think Bill's got one of them. He does. I don't think Teoscar did it, but I could be wrong. I just don't think he did. He didn't play in a series with Toronto or Seattle. Oh, I was waiting for a second player. Never mind. That's the answer. The Duke of Flatbush. I used to read all about those 50 Dodgers when I was growing up and first getting interested in baseball. My dad, of course, a Dodger fan. And really, that's where most of us get it from, isn't it? Unless you're a rebel. Like my friend Simon, who deliberately rooted for the opposite of whatever his dad was rooting for. Brian's got one here now. What hitter faced Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and John Smoltz and only struck out 3 times? I would guess Gwynn as well, Bill. I'm not sure if he faced... Well, I guess he would have faced Pedro early in his career. Yeah, I would have to guess Gwynn. Certainly one of the toughest to strike out I ever saw. Rolling into the 7th, the White Sox will have a new pitcher. That's going to be Bob Locker. Locker on the year, 2-3, 3 saves, 2.52. This is his 27th appearance, facing Cater, Green, and Nosek. Danny Cater, 0 for 1 with a walk. Locker with the pitch. 4-11 right-handed, routine grounder to second. Dick Green gobbles it up and flips it to repos. Here's Dick Green. Locker into the windup. 5-4 right-handed catcher's card. That's Roof. 2E6. And here's the play. On E5, it's a pop up to the catcher. 2 down. Nosek 1 for 2. Locker into the windup. 4-7 swung on and missed, strike 3. So Locker comes on and sets him down 1-2-3. The shutdown inning for Bob Locker. As we go to the stretch, it's White Sox 2, Athletics 1. And we're going to take a look at the Mookie cam. And the next time you come into my courtroom, Mr. Gambini, I expect you to be wearing some kind of a suit. Or no, it was something made out of cloth, wasn't it? And that suit had better be made out of cloth. Here's Mook through being a pest. Now he's just chilling. Franklin, thank you for dropping in, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What's up, Mookie? You gave up? I'm trying to get cards and dice. Where's your buddy today? Oh, God, yeah, that's right. Wilson came back yesterday, and I opened the back slider here. I would have let him in. I was going to just to see what happened. And Mookie threw a fit. He wasn't having any of it. Wilson was cool. He would have come in, but Mook scared him away. Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd have a friend. Again, I was shocked to see Wilson on the back side of this building. This is the very last building in the back, and he lives way up in the front. I usually see him if I walk up to the office, because that's in the very front. There's another black and white I see now and then, and I haven't seen the one I call Spaz in ages. Spaz is kind of a calico mess, for lack of a better description. Sometimes that's not a bad thing, Ben. I saw an interesting podcast on YouTube just recently about how the older we get, the more we prefer to be alone. I know that's true for me. Tight one here as we go to the bottom of the seventh. White Sox leading by a run in a 2-1 nail biter. Don Buford will lead off the bottom of the seventh. He'll turn around and bat right-handed against Lindblad. Grounded to first in the first, walked in the third, singled and stole second in the fifth. Here's the pitch from Lindblad on a 4-8 right-handed, and it's another base hit for Buford. Let's check the battery now. Lindblad +3. Roof the 0, so 20. Buford held at 18. Still a good stolen base opportunity for Buford. He's going to roll for it. 2 to 6 or 9. 6, he's got it. There he goes to 18. The throw from Roof. He's stolen it. Don Buford with his second stolen base of the game. And that is his league-leading 24th steal of the season. Left on left. Here's the next pitch to McCraw. First, let's hang on a second. They might want to make a move here. They're not ready to make the move yet. That's not the move I want for the White Sox. McCraw swinging away. Left on left. 2-9. Struck him out. Here's the catcher, John Romano. 1 for 2 with a walk. Was Mossy the fourth, Bill? Lindblad's pitch is a 2-10 left-handed. Struck him out. A runner in scoring position and nobody out. Lindblad whiffs McCraw and Romano, and now it'll be up to Floyd Robinson. Lindblad comes in with a 6-8 lefty, high fly ball to right field. He's an and against righties. Hertzberger at the track at the wall, makes the catch at the wall. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Yes, Frank, I used to have a saying for that, but it was deemed inappropriate a long time ago, so sorry. Bob Walker into his second inning of work as we move to the 8th inning. But yes, it is a lot more fun when the games are close. And man, have we had a lot of close ones lately. 2 extra inning games just recently. Phil Roof will start off the 8th. 0 for 1 with a walk. Interesting story, Bill. I didn't know about this. Mossy was Detroit, right? No. Mossy was Yankees or Giants? I should know this. I've used his card in ATG. I'm sure you'll let me know. Here's the pitch to Roof. 3-5 right-handed, struck him out. Second K for Locker. And now the Athletics will have to pinch hit for Lindblad. So Lindblad ends up going just 1 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Ken Sanders, who was warming, will be coming in. He was with the Tigers. Damn it, I should have stuck with my guns. Indians, Tigers. Against Locker. One out, nobody on. They need the all or nothing shot of Tim Talton. Talton 0 for 5 this season, all as a pinch hitter. Locker with the windup and the pitch. It's a 3-7, single to 13, grounder down to third, and it's through for a base hit. But Talton comes through with a pinch hit single. Now we're going to have a pinch runner for Talton. Don't want to use Stahl. Chavaria will be the runner. Star 15, let's check the battery again. -1 for Locker. +1 Romano. So Chavaria 15 held on at 13. Campaneris at the plate with 1 away. Chavaria is automatically out on the 12. He's going to roll for it. 2 through 5, he's out on the 12. 7, he does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Campaneris. 6-9 righty, grounder down to third. Buford fields it to Adair for 1. DeScalran not in time. It's a 5-4 force, and now Campaneris is aboard. '20 held at 18. Jim Gosker the hitter. Campy rolling for the lead. 2 through 6 or 12. 7, he doesn't get the lead. Locker's pitch to Gosker now. 2-7, liner to second, single to 11. It's a base hit for Gosker. Knocked down by Adair. It'll go as an infield single. Campaneris stops at second. And here comes the 3-hole hitter, Mike Hirschberger. Tying run in scoring position, 2 down in the 8th inning. Mike Hirschberger 0 for 3 today. Hoyt Wilhelm throwing in the Chicago pen. Here's the pitch to Hirschberger. 5-6 right-handed. He lifts a lazy fly ball to left field. Settling under it is McCraw, and that's going to do it. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left. Locker wiggles out of the jam. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th, still 2-1 Chicago. Newhouser, Hal Newhouser. The bonus question from Bill Ivemy. Indians had 4 Hall of Famers in '49. The 1 through 3 starters, not Hal Newhouser. Who was the 4th? Colavito? No, it was too early for him, wasn't it? In 1949, Cleveland. Satchel Paige. Ken Sanders will come on to pitch now for Kansas City. Hey, I got one. Thank you, Bill. It'll be a dare scour, and we'll see about Elia. Adair 1 for 3. Sanders gets set. 3-4 right-handed, grounded to second base. Scooped up by Green, who throws him out. Here's Skowron now. Skowron 0 for 3. Sanders into the windup on a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Okay. Let's see who they've got at short. The thing is, they really don't have a good defense. Ely is their best defensive shortstop, so with a 1-run lead, he's going to hit. 6-8 righty. He bangs that over the head of Gosker and left. Triple to 6. He's digging for third, and Lee Elia is in there with his 3rd hit of the day, and it's a triple. Holy smoke. Double, single, and triple. Home run short of the cycle for the unlikely Lee Elia. And now with a runner at 3rd and 2 down, the White Sox are going to try to add on. They're going to hit for Locker. Wilhelm is ready. Locker pitches 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. They need a hit. Do they have another catcher? I mean, do they have 2 catchers? They actually do. They've got McNertney and Martin. So the pinch hitter is going to be the left-handed hitting catcher, J.C. Martin. Martin, 254 in 71 at-bats, 1 home run. Runner at 3rd, 2 down. Sanders checks the runner at 3rd. Comes to the plate, 111, routine grounder to 1st. Repose will take it to the bag himself, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit. They leave Elia at third base. Hang on. Oh, I lost one of my base runner markers. Okay, Martin retired. Coming on to pitch is going to be Hoyt Wilhelm. Defense for the White Sox. Skowron will come out. He'll be replaced by Ken Berry. AG in center. Berry will go to left, where he's a 1E3+1. Tommy McCraw moves to first base, where he's a 2E16. Larry Doby, Minnie Minoso, Lou Boudreau. Gordon was Joe Gordon? I think that's right. Wow, what a team. And they finished third! I tell you, I keep those covered up between games, Frank. Yeah, you got to lock everything down around here. All righty. But before we go to the ninth, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. As always, it's been a lot of fun, and it's not over yet. Athletics batting in the ninth, trailing by a run. They'll have Roger Repos to lead it off. His home run, their only run of this game, and that was way back in the second inning. Hoyt Wilhelm, the knuckleballer, comes in there with a 6-2 lefty. It's a high fly ball to right. Homer on a 1 only. And making the catch is Robinson. One away, and here's Danny Cater. Wilhelm flutters it up there on a 6-7. Fly ball to straightaway center. Tommy Agee glides to the ball and puts it away. And the Kansas City Athletics are down to their final out. And it'll be team RBI leader Dick Green. Wilhelm, 310 right-handed. Hits it the other way to right field. Settling under it is Robinson, and that's the ball game. 3 fly ball outs. 2-1 White Sox, and I'll have the totals in a moment. The only thing he hasn't gone after so far is the pins. That's Mookie, I mean. So they got the run in the 6th. Howard pitched the top of the 6th, so Howard gets the win. He's 3-1. Wilhelm picks up the save. For Hoyt, that's his 6th save. Sanders in his inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Stafford, the hard luck loser, 0-1. Player of the game, it seems almost unanimous. It's going to be Lee Elia. RBI double in the 4th, singled in the 5th, and tripled in the 8th. Honorable mention to Howard. 6 fine innings, and he had a hit. I'll give it to the hitter when I can, because I do think we tend to favor the pitchers in this one, especially when they go deep into the game. White Sox win it with 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors, an errorless ball game. Athletics 1 run, just 5 hits, no errors. Nice, Ben. You got another day off. Gotta love that PTO. Just wish there was more of it, huh? Tomorrow we're going to finish up this doubleheader with Ralph Terry getting the start for Kansas City and Juan Pizarro, the starting pitcher for the White Sox. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone. You know, Ben, I think that's subpar by today's standards. I mean, even in the grocery business, which is known for being stingy, I got 3 weeks and 6 sick days. They've probably whittled that back, though, since I retired. I keep forgetting how long it's been. Anyway, another nail biter, and I'm going to go have some lunch. I'm starving. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow again at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 Eastern. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the playoffs and enjoy your evening. Bye for now.